All right. Good afternoon, sports lovers. Good afternoon. My name is Kathya Davis, and you're tuned to Sports Talk right here on the family station, Love 101 FM. We do this every Saturday between the hours of 1 to 2 p.m. Yes. And it's another fantastic, amazing Saturday. And I know I have some people who will be coming for me in the show. It's okay. I take it, but I have an exciting show lined up for you today. We have lots to talk about. Lots to talk about. Of course, the NFL Super Bowl. The Super Bowl happened last week, Sunday. Jamaica played Trinidad and Tobago last week, Sunday. Yes. All of those things happened last week, Sunday. And boy, oh boy, wasn't it an interesting Super Bowl? I mean, you can let me know 997-3125. You can let me know, did it go to plan? I know a lot of you said serious prayers when you went to service on Sunday that Kansas City Chiefs would not win the three-peat. But besides that, besides that, it was a good one-sided game. That's how I've surmised the Super Bowl. A good one-sided game. It was a good one-sided game. And congratulations. I want to say congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles, Mr. Jalen Hurts, their QB quarterback there winning, and the rest of the team winning the Super Bowl. So that was very, very interesting. Of course, Jamaica would have played their second match against Trinidad and Tobago. We're going to hear a little bit from Coach McLaren, and I think we also have the post-match interview with Coach Dwight York. So we'll listen to those later on in the show. But other than that, very exciting news in terms of women's football. And yes, we always speak about local men's football. I'm always telling you to go out and support the Jamaica Premier League. However, the Jamaica Women's Premier League was launched earlier this week, and I had the opportunity to attend the launch. Not only that, but they've also launched their professional body. So we know the Jamaica Premier League has a professional body with CEO Owen Hill. Now the women have their professional body, and the chairman is Christina Hudson. And of course, not today, but in the coming weeks, we'll hear a little bit more about the Jamaica Women's Premier League. It's set to begin on March 1, 2025. The games are set to be played on a Saturday. There are 11 teams that will compete in the Jamaica Women's Premier League, and I'm so looking forward. I mean, the sponsors were very excited in terms of at the launch, and they got the different endorsements. They even received an endorsement from maybe one of my favorites, if not my favorite sports analyst, commentator, hosts, Jamaican Alexis Nunes, who works for ESPN. And it was good to see her, endorsing the Jamaica Women's Premier League. So we look forward to a fantastic season that will come from the Jamaica Women's Premier League, and that is something that I'm definitely excited about. If you know me, I'm excited about football, but just not just football or sports for men, but also sports for women. And if we are able to bring some consistency to our Jamaica Women's Premier League, then it means that we'll have our younger girls exposed to playing professionally, and that will allow them to create, or this will create another avenue for those young ladies to explore, to choose football as a profession and not just as a side job. Yeah. So was excited for the launch. And of course I said you will hear more from the about the Jamaica Women's Premier League in the coming weeks. As I said, match day kicks off in about 2 weeks or so. So we'll hear more from them. All right. So as I said, it will quite an interesting show lined up, and of course we'll go through some highlights of what happened. Of course, we always, well, most times we try to start, or today is last week was FA Cup. I didn't really pay English Premier League any serious mind, but the English Premier League was back on, I think it was yesterday, even though again, I was, boy, I don't know. I don't know why. Didn't know my teams didn't this week. Yeah, this week wasn't a good week for me in sports. I'm gonna be honest. Kansas City Chiefs lost, and yesterday Chelsea picked up a heavy defeat to Brighton. But let's get into the results from the English Premier League. All right, so we're now in round 25 of the English Premier League. Yes, coming to, business end, as I was saying maybe a few weeks ago, that as it relates to Liverpool and winning the title, that I feel like the fat lady is now developing her song. And, we kind of seeing, the song coming together, and it's a nice first verse happening with a chorus type of thing. So, I think they're probably 3 wins away from winning the title, but I'll tell you that shortly. All right. So yesterday was the first match in the round of 25 for the English Premier League. We had Brighton obliterating Chelsea 3-0. This morning, Leicester were 2-0 losers to Arsenal. Bournemouth, they defeated Southampton 3-1. Fulham, they defeated Nottingham Forest 2-1. Brentford defeated West Ham 1-0. Aston Villa and Ipswich they ended with 10 men, drew 1-1. Manchester City returned to winning ways with a 4-0 thrashing of Newcastle. And after 39 minutes, it is currently 0-0 between Crystal Palace and Everton. Liverpool, they will play tomorrow. They will play Wolves tomorrow. That kickoff is at 9 a.m. Jamaica time. And Tottenham will play Manchester United at 11:30 a.m. and that will round out round 25 of the English Premier League. Of course, we had a rescheduled game from round 15 between Everton and Liverpool, where that match ended 0-0, with both teams ending that game. Right, both teams ending that game with 10 men. So let's look at the standings now as it relates to the English Premier League. Jamaica Premier League is on my mind. I'm going to talk about it next because I keep saying that, right. But Liverpool, they're on top of the standings currently. Still, well, the game in hand will be played tomorrow, but they're at 57 points. Arsenal still 4 points behind them now, but they have played a game more, on 53 points, with Nottingham Forest in third on 47 points. Manchester City, they're in fourth on 44 points, and then Chelsea Bournemouth actually first in fifth on 43 points, Chelsea in sixth on 43 points, Newcastle in seventh on 41 points, Fulham in eighth on 39, Aston Villa in ninth on 38, Brighton in 10th on 37, and Brentford in 11th on 34. You might be asking, why am I listing out all those places? It's because between places 4 and 11 in the English Premier League, they're only separated by 10 points. And yeah, as we get down to the business end of the English Premier League season, you will see how important this will be, because top 4 will qualify to play in Europe. And yeah, things are heating up there in the 4th place. All right, let's see what's going on at the bottom of the table for the English Premier League. So in 18th place is Ipswich. They're just 2 points adrift Wolves, who are in 17th place. Leicester, they're in 19th place on 17 points as well. And Southampton, they're in 20th place on 9 points. So right now, it's really Southampton has been relegated. We can just put that to bed. Based on my calculations, they have been. So let's work this now. West Ham seem to be safe, or looks to be safe right now. So Wolves, it's now between who's gonna go down with Southampton, whether it be Wolves, Ipswich, or Leicester. So those 3 are battling it out as to who will join Southampton in the relegation zone, or will be relegated from the English Premier League. So as I said, I think as it stands, Liverpool, I think they're 2 wins away from securing this year's title. But we've seen Liverpool come to the top and not be able to close it off. But for I don't want to say for peace sake, but I think I would have said this at the beginning of the season. I am okay with a team that has won the English Premier League in the recent years. I'm okay with them winning. I am not okay. I will not be okay. I will not be okay if Arsenal wins the English Premier League. Okay, let's just say we want to continue have them not winning titles, especially the English Premier League. Let's just leave them to that. So that's what's happening in the English Premier League. I mean, it's as I said, it's top of the table. The title race is not as close. Liverpool have a chance to close out that title race. The places to play in the UEFA Champions League is a little bit closer in terms of what happens in the third, fourth, and those mid-table places, and then of course what happens in terms of what is happening as it relates down to the relegation zone. But we will keep you posted right here on Sports Talk. We will continue to keep you posted, and as I keep you posted, it's now 1-1 between Everton. So Everton has scored against Crystal Palace. So yeah, that is pretty much it as it relates to the English Premier League. And I mean, I hope you guys' side is performing as you want it to, Yes. Okay, so Olga Win from Waltham says, oh, her Olga's team is Manchester City. Okay. All right. Olga's team is, I don't know, Olga. We seem to always be on the opposite sides of the fence as it relates to who we support, Olga. I don't like that for us, man. We need to find a mutual team, Olga, that we support, that we can support together. Maybe the Reggae Boys? Tell me, Olga, talk to me. Maybe the Reggae Boys. Maybe that's a team that we can agree to support, right? Reggae Boys and Reggae Girls. But outside of that, we seem always to be on the opposite side of the fence. But we're going to go for a first break right here on Sports Talk. And when we come back, we'll be talking about some Jamaica Premier League. Because, I saw some news coming out to the Jamaica Premier League earlier, which very interesting news. We'll be right back right here on Sports Talk.
The Sagicor Sigma Corporate Run 2025, in its 27th year, is set for Sunday, February 16, beginning at 6 a.m. on the grounds of Emancipation Park, New Kingston. Join the Love 101 FM family as we will be live on location to share this event with you and help raise funds for the Kingston Public Hospital, Father Holong and Friends Foundation, and Sir John Golding Rehabilitation Center. That's the Sagicor Sigma Corporate Run 2025, Sunday, February 16 at 6 a.m. live on the family station Love 101. The Jamaica Theological Seminary presents the Clive Affleck Memorial Lecture, Tuesday, February 18, beginning at 6 p.m. Here, speaker Dr. Carlton Turner discussed the hermeneutical practices that promote wholeness in African Caribbean contexts. Listen to the lecture on Love 101 FM's social media platforms at 6 p.m. and on Love 101 FM radio at 6:30 p.m. Join live at the Jamaica Theological Seminary, 8 and 14 to 16 West Avenue, Kingston. For more information, visit www.jts.edu.jm.
Love is in the air with Flow this Valentine's. Get connected with Yardan Road and we'll put something extra in your cart. Sign up for Yardan Road for only $6,300 plus GCT and get a supermarket card valued at $15,000. Perfect for stocking up on ingredients to make a romantic dinner or getting sweet treats for your sweet. Don't miss out. Offer ends February 16, 2025. Follow your heart to a Flow store today or visit discoverflow.co. Conditions apply.
It's Love 101 FM's 32nd anniversary. And of course, Love 101, the family station, has been bringing you powerful word programs, interesting features, and beautiful music for 32 years. Youth Connection will be sharing with you some of the great songs through the years in our feature 32 Top Gospel Songs of All Time. I'm sure there are hundreds, but we'll try and find 32 as Love 101 celebrates its 32nd anniversary. Listeners pick 8 hymns, 8 Jamaican, 8 contemporary, 8 black gospel. Youth Connection will be sharing with you some of the great songs through the years in our feature 32 Top Gospel Songs of All Time. So join us Saturday, February 15.
Youth Connection, hallelujah. Hey. Stop, new connection.
All right, welcome back to Sports Talk right here on the family station, Love 101. The name is Kathya. Yeah, as usual, it's me, say me. It's me, say me. Oh God. All right. So as I said before, when we came from the break, we will be talking about the Jamaica Premier League. And of course, a few moments ago, maybe an hour or two ago, I saw a post from Montego Bay United FC, who has said that the Montego Bay United and coach Rodolfo Zappa have mutually agreed to, or Zapta have mutually agreed to part ways. We appreciate his dedication and contributions to the club and the Jamaica Premier League, and wishing him the best in his future endeavors. And this comes as a shocker because I don't think we were looking to see. I mean, Montego Bay United, we'll check. I'll confirm shortly, but I'm sure they're about third in the table. I don't see a coach and team parting ways so quickly. And also because Zapata took charge of the team last year, July. So he hasn't even been with the team for a year. and this is 23 games. The team is in third position on 45 points. They've guaranteed a playoff spot. And I mean, to me, the Argentine coach has done a good job with Montego Bay United playing consistent football. So to see that why to see this coming, no, it's yeah, it is. It's interesting. It's interesting. It is interesting. All right. So we know because just a reminder that because Jamaica had played Trinidad and Tobago in those two friendly games last week, Thursday and Sunday, that the Jamaica Premier League games were postponed. So during this week, we had the rescheduled games, or some of those rescheduled games of the Jamaica Premier League happening on Wednesday. All right, so let's talk about those games. Humber Lion and Racing, they played to a 1-1 draw. Tivoli Gardens Shackleton also played to a 1-1 draw. Portmore United Dunby Holding played to a 0-0 draw. Vere Harbourview played to a 1-1 draw. Mount Pleasant thrashed Mullines United 6-2. Cavalier Montego Bay United played to a 1-1 draw. And Arnett Gardens Comeback Kings, I'm gonna call them. They came back from, I think it was 2 goals now to win at Waterhouse 3-2. Right? So let's see what's going on now as it relates to the standings in the Jamaica Premier League. Mount Pleasant, they have forged ahead on 55 points at the top of the table with Arnett Gardens. They are on second, 48 points. Montego Bay United in third on 45 points. Portmore United in fourth on 39 points. Fifth, Cavalier, just a point behind Portmore United, 38 points. Waterhouse, they're in sixth on 34 points. And I guess Tivoli Gardens Racing 29 and 29, both with 29 points. Tivoli in seventh, Racing in eighth, with Tivoli having a better goal difference. I think those are the teams. I mean, it's coming down to crunch time. Tivoli and Racing have an outside shot, but I think Mount Pleasant, Arnett, Montego Bay, Portmore, Cavalier, Waterhouse probably done enough to qualify for the playoffs. All right, at the bottom of the table now, in 13th place is Vere. They're on 18 points, and Humble Lion, they're in 14th on 15 points. I think there's still a chance, I mean, for Vere to advance, as in not be relegated, or Humble Lion. It's still, I mean, you win 2 games, the teams in front of you lose 2 games, and, you know, the table can change. But based on the way that Vere and Humble Lion is playing, I don't know that there is much hope. However, I am not gonna write them off as yet. As I have written off Southampton, I'm not gonna write off Vere and Humble Lion as yet. I'm gonna say I keep you posted as we get to the business end of the Jamaica Premier League. All right, so let's talk about the games coming up this weekend in the Jamaica Premier League, and I'll tell you about those games shortly. I do know one of the things that the Jamaica Premier League has done is to ensure that there are games. No, they've gone to midweek games, which is, I think, is a good thing. Yeah. So okay, right. So, which is a good thing. I'm not seeing any listings of any games for this weekend, but we'll see. Of course, we'll share with you as we have them. Because why am I at? Okay. Right. Okay, right. So it's interesting to see what will happen for the rest of the season for the Jamaica Premier League. I mean, it's, yeah, we want to kind of, because I'd love to know what happened with Montego Bay, and of course we'll try to get that information as soon as possible. But I'd love to hear what's happening down at Montego Bay, because Coach Zapata would have already secured, as I said, playoff spot. And because it's not, whilst in the English Premier League and other leagues is who top the standings, they win the league. It doesn't go like that in Jamaica. If you're not aware, the top 6 teams will go into a playoffs pool, and then from there they will go semifinals to, quarterfinals, semifinals to finals. So, the team having secured those additional places, plus they would have also qualified for CONCACAF by finishing the top 6. So, I don't know, but things happen all the time, and whether it be new management or just maybe management making a decision for the future and not really a short term, but to part ways with a coach that you would have gone out, an Argentine coach that you would have gone out to get in last year, July. So the league would have started in August, September. So September, October, November, December, January, February. 6 months later, you're parting with the coach. The coach is third in the table. That's very, very interesting. But I guess that is also the life of a coach, right? You just don't know if it is that a particular result is going to make you lose your job. I got some feedback on their game, Montego Bay United versus Cavalier, and it was said that the players were very disappointed in the results, as they thought they were way better than this Cavalier team, and this Cavalier team is a pretty good, pretty solid team. Some of these players would have been playing or would have played would have been called up to the Jamaica team that played against Trinidad. I think Montego Bay, Cavalier, and Mount Pleasant had the 3 most had the highest number of representation on that squad. So I'm not sure. It's always, speculation can be a thing, but we saw it last week in basketball. We see that the persons, the management that are in charge don't go with the flow all the time. They do what they think it's sound for their organization, and sometimes that means getting rid of the coach. So we're looking forward to see who they will appoint. That is what will be interesting for me. Who will they appoint? Having had Zapata for 6 months, seeing who they will appoint next and how long that appointment would be. Because I think this came really, and even just reviewing the comments online, I can see that this really, really came as a surprise to many. Nobody kind of saw this coming or even suspected that something like this was going to happen. So we'll come back. We're still on football. We are talking about Jamaica's performance against Trinidad and Tobago on Sunday, and also we will be talking about the Jamaica under-17 Reggae Boys. See how they're going in their CONCACAF, or is it qualification or attempt qualification to the under-17 World Cup for this year. We'll be right back on Sports Talk.
Word, Light and Power Victory Ministry invites you to our annual Victory March service in Penline Castle District, St. Thomas, February 23, 2025. We invite residents from Neth Castle, Tower Hill, Mount Lebanon, and the adjoining communities to be a part of a mighty move of God. Come and hear victory testimonies. Come with your praise and requests. Hear the word from Minister Stanford Bennett with special guests Reverend Gotti, Orville Sutherland, and Sister Nikki. For further information, please call 876-425-9222.
In Jamaica, your rights are protected by our Constitution. From the right to education to freedom of expression, every citizen deserves respect and dignity. But remember, with rights come responsibilities. Let's uplift and respect each other and stand against injustice. Together, we can make Jamaica a better place for ourselves and future generations. Know your rights. Embrace your responsibilities. This message was brought to you by the Ministry of Legal and Constitutional Affairs.
DC Winans is coming to Jamaica. You heard right. Friday, August 1, Emancipation Day. Sponsored by Love 101. Set your alarms and get ready. Early bird tickets are available now. General access, 4,500. VIP access, 16,000. Jump on to spuropen.com/more than this and book your seat. Early bird sale ends this Saturday, February 15 at midnight.
The Sagicor Sigma Corporate Run 2025, in its 27th year, is set for Sunday, February 16, beginning at 6 a.m. on the grounds of Emancipation Park, New Kingston. Join the Love 101 FM family as we will be live on location to share this event with you and help raise funds for the Kingston Public Hospital, Father Holong and Friends Foundation, and Sir John Golding Rehabilitation Center. That's the Sagicor Sigma Corporate Run 2025. Sunday, February 16 at 6 a.m. live on the family station Love 101.
No matter what I do, love is
All right, welcome back to Sports Talk right here on the family station, Love 101 FM. All right, I would have said last week, well, yes, Jamaica would have engaged Trinidad in a 2-match friendly. And of course, the first leg in Montego Bay, Jamaica had won 1-0 with a goal from Sule Makala. And on Sunday, both teams played to a 1-1 draw with Trinidad, well, obviously scoring our own goal. So Jamaica really didn't score technically on Sunday. But let's hear a short clip from Coach Dwight York as he summed up the performance against Jamaica.
During the North Care game, what's the assessment of tonight's match? During the North Care game, what's the assessment of tonight's match?
Well, listen, I expected the game to be a very competitive game, and I hope the fans that who's come in to watch the game is walked away and see two of probably the best teams in the Caribbean areas go head to head. It was highly entertaining, very aggressive at times, which we expect. Some good stuff in between all of that. I think in the end, I suppose that we will probably be a little bit disappointed in terms of the result. But I've always stated before, I have a bigger vision in terms of where we want to be. And this was a good test for us against a very good Jamaican team. And just to try and close the gap and see how far we are, this then gives us another idea to not just see how close we can be to Jamaica, but certainly give the opportunity as well to some of these players to play in a very, very tough stadium.
Well, sure, it's better than that Peter today. I have another issue in the wide areas when you want to spread the ball in the box. But it's better in the set piece as well, sharing and coming up and scoring better.
Yeah, listen, we are a progressive team. We know that there is still some hard work to be done. We taken from the game a few days back areas that we needed to improve. But in terms of the structure, the balance, the players understanding the system, we talk about philosophy and playing style. It takes some time for us to get there, but we are headed in the right direction. And tonight was another positive step. So, yeah, those are areas that we're looking to improve. We know that we only have a short period of time to work with these players. Again, we had a selection of maybe 11 or 12 new faces into the squad. So it's never really rolling like we like to have it. But it's very encouraging and very positive.
Coach, were you surprised about the space that you got in the first half?
Sorry?
Were you surprised about the space that you got to play in the first half?
No, really. I think that Jamaica have the way to play, and we know exactly. We have studied the way how Steve McLaren likes to set up his team, and we have a way how we want to play and stick to our game plan. And we find that if we can set the ball a little bit and try to frustrate Jamaica a little bit, frustrated them a little bit, then it will open. We know the first, maybe say 10, 15, 20 minutes is always going to be a little frantic. Once we get through that spell, then we come into our mode. We can see the players growing confidence as we go ahead.
All right, so that was Coach Dwight York. He is the head coach of the Trinidad and Tobago Soca Warriors. He was speaking post-match interview there after Sunday's game against Jamaica. So we're gonna go ahead now and listen to a short clip from Coach Steve McLaren. Same match.
It's us now, me and my backroom staff, and certainly the technical staff, to make sure and try to put the best possible team available for us against Cuba.
Two more questions. Yes, coach.
And we get to see them, and they could understand.
All right, sorry about that. Okay, seems as if we don't have that part with Coach McLaren, but pretty much, I mean, Coach McLaren's response was just leading to, in terms of these players, creating or coming up to a level or being better, so that they're able to feature in the squad more, to heighten their levels, the level of play that they're playing. I mean, one of the things that was highlighted by another friend of mine within this media, within the sporting world, was that, these players play week in, week out in the Jamaica Premier League, and somehow it does not translate when they go to the national setup. But we're not only seeing that deficiency when it gets to the national setup for the Jamaica Premier League players, we're also seeing this particular deficiency as it relates to the senior squad and when they play for Jamaica. And so that begs the question as to whether or not, I'm going to say fundamentally, but I'm also going to say within our structure, or tactical structure as a country, as a coaches, if it is that we really, I don't know if we're really getting through to the players, because somehow these professional footballers seem to not be able to translate into, I mean, they play the same positions and you put them in a similar, position come the national squad, and they just don't look the same way. Yes, the quality of football might be higher, but this even happens with our senior nationals men team. Those are the more professional. I don't want to say more professional, but you get what I'm saying. And we still have the same problem. I mean, Coach McLaren, I respect him, a very, very, very diplomatic man. You won't really get anything out of him, I must say that. But we're looking to see how best we're going to do as it relates to qualifying for the World Cup. This is a World Cup qualifying year. We have to get things together. We have to look and see how best we can improve, especially our tactics, because there's no doubt that these players are skillful or they're talented. There's no doubt about that, but it's how we translate. And we see when they play in the MLS and the English Premier League and all these leagues across Europe and across North America, we see. So I think the biggest question right now is, why doesn't it translate when they put on the national colors? I think it's something that needs to be studied, needs to be looked at, needs to be reviewed, because the truth is that if we do not qualify for the World Cup next year, USA, Mexico, Canada World Cup, where we basically when you look at it, technically basically kind of have a free ticket, because I mean, think about the teams that normally qualify outside in terms of in CONCACAF. It's USA, Mexico, Canada, and then maybe Honduras or Panama. So this presents a perfect opportunity for the Reggae Boys to qualify for the 2026 World Cup. And if we don't take this opportunity, I'm not sure an opportunity like this will come around. Will come around soon again. You get what I'm saying? But anyways, all right. So under 17, still on football. The under 17 Reggae Boys picked up their second win in the CONCACAF Under-17 qualifiers. They defeated the Cayman Islands 10-1 in Guatemala. And they will now turn their attention today against El Salvador, where they play at 11 p.m. And of course, a victory or a draw in this game will secure qualification for our young under-17 boys at the 2025 FIFA World Cup in Qatar in November of this year. Of course, the goal scorers for Jamaica in that match Jaquan Brown, he scored in the 11th and 68th minute. Cardiano Marsh, he scored in the 25th minute. Zinodine McLean scored in the 37th minute. Seymour Reed scored in the 40th and 44th minute. Owen Jump scored in the 48th minute. Jamari Nolan scored in the 64th and 80th minute. Orel Miller scored in the 73rd minute. And the lone goal from Cayman Islands came from Jagar Alban in the 84th minute. And of course, it's for the first time since 2014 that our Reggae Boys have secured a double-digit figure of goals in a game, and the last time we had a double-digit, or the under-17 had a double-digit win over a team, was in 2014 when we won 19-0 against the U.S. Virgin Islands. So as it stands right now for the qualifying for the Under-17 World Cup in Qatar later this year, of course, the winner of this particular qualifier group gets automatic place to that World Cup. Jamaica, they're currently in first place in the group on 6 points with a goal difference of 11. El Salvador, they're in second on 6 points as well, and their goal difference is 10. So we have one better in terms of El Salvador. St. Lucia and of course Cayman Islands suffered heavy defeats to both Jamaica and El Salvador, and so they're out of contention. But as I said, the boys later on today, the under-17 boys, they really just need a win or a draw to qualify for the Under-17 World Cup that will take place later this year in Qatar. That will take place in November of this year. So we are looking forward to that. We wish the boys all the best later on, and we are hoping that they will be able to pull off that win or draw and qualify for the World Cup. Of course, it was announced on Thursday that the Jamaica Reggae Girls, they have a upcoming friendlies, and of course the squad will be revealed on Monday, so we will see who will participate in those upcoming friendlies. Of course, there's also qualification for, let me tell you because I don't want to misquote. So the senior men's have qualification CONCACAF Gold Cup prelims in March 2025, and March is not that far, right? They will play St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The first game will be March 21, where they'll play in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. But on March 25th, the team is scheduled to play at Sabina Park. I think it's been a while since the team has played. The national senior men have played, since 2018. They haven't played at Sabina Park since 2018, and with the, race to the finish, I call it, interesting stuff that's happening with the stadium. And we heard earlier this week Minister Grange saying that it's the Sabina Park need lights and the stadium track needs to be resurfaced, or we need a new track installation. So we will see which one of them gets done and how soon it will be done. There are talks about relaying the track in time for the ISA Boys and Girls Championships, which I think it's March at the end of March, and of course Jamaica is scheduled to play within that same weekend, I believe, that qualifier against St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So we're looking to have a very busy month of March in the sporting world. But stay with us. We're gonna go for a final break right here on Sports Talk, and then we come back.
It's Love 101 FM's 32nd anniversary. And of course, Love 101, the family station, has been bringing you powerful word programs, interesting features, and beautiful music for 32 years. Youth Connection will be sharing with you some of the great songs through the years in our feature 32 top gospel songs of all time. I'm sure there are hundreds, but we'll try and find 32 as Love 101 celebrates its 32nd anniversary. Listeners pick 8 hymns, 8 Jamaican, 8 contemporary, 8 black gospel. Youth Connection will be sharing with you some of the great songs through the years in our feature 32 top gospel songs of all time. So join us Saturday, February 15th.
Hallelujah. Hey.
The Sagicor Sigma Corporate Run 2025, in its 27th year, is set for Sunday, February 16, beginning at 6 a.m. on the grounds of Emancipation Park, New Kingston. Join the Love 101 FM family as we will be live on location to share this event with you and help raise funds for the Kingston Public Hospital, Father Holong and Friends Foundation, and Sir John Golding Rehabilitation Center. That's the Sagicor Sigma Corporate Run 2025, Sunday, February 16 at 6 a.m. live on the family station Love 101.
Jamaica and its workforce are advancing quickly. Life-changing opportunities are arising. You need training and support. We are the Renewed Heart NSTA Trust, committed to providing new and emerging skills training and opportunities. Come to Heart. We'll help you claim your place in the workforce of the future.
BC Winans is coming to Jamaica. You heard right. Friday, August 1, Emancipation Day. Sponsored by Love 101. Set your alarms and get ready. Early bird tickets are available now. General access, 4,500. VIP access, 16,000. Jump on to SpurOpen.com/more than this and book your seat. Early bird sale ends this Saturday, February 15 at midnight.
All right, welcome back to Sports Talk right here on the family station, Love 101 FM. And of course, if I don't talk about this, I ensured that I created space so that I can accept my defeat graciously. Now, last week Sunday, we had something called a Super Bowl. Right. Super Bowl was the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Kansas City Chiefs. And boy, it was just a one-sided game. I mean, the game ended 40-22. It doesn't really tell the real story of how it was. In the third quarter, at 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go, the score was 34-love. The Philadelphia Eagles obliterated the Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah, man. It's almost like the Kansas City Chiefs did not come to the Super Bowl to play. It's almost like They were playing. Philadelphia was playing against a little. I wouldn't say high school. A little, um elementary team. That's what it looked like. I mean, Patrick Mahomes getting sacked over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. It was, let me tell you, I don't like blowouts in finals because it doesn't give the same energy. But I can only say that, I mean, whether or not my team is winning or not, it kind of gets boring. So, like at halftime, when the score was, don't remember what the score was now, it's 24-0 or something like that. Yeah, man, the score was very much 24-0. Yeah, man, I remember 24-0. When the score was 24-0 at halftime, I was like, I'm going to watch this game, the rest of this game on mute not because. Yeah, thanks, Rebirth. Yes, he was sacked 6 times, over and over and over again. Did you not hear me say it? Did you not hear me say it? Yes. What, guys? I don't know. Right. Speak the truth and speak it. I didn't even I didn't even know that you were a Philly fan, but I leave you. I leave you, Rebirth. I leave you. Because we always seem to be on the opposite side of who we're supporting. And boy, I tell you. But yeah, it was really a no. We have Kobe in common, but you're a LeBron fan and I'm not. So I have to put that out there. But yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy to me because after the first sack, after the second one, I turned to Dane, who is our events coordinator, and I went, yeah, this game is over. This is not, yeah. Philadelphia is they obviously came with a game plan. It's not that they didn't come with a game plan, but I think this last week we heard from Jerome. I think the coach really put in a proper game plan for Philadelphia Eagles. I'm not saying that he didn't. He didn't before in previous years, but I'm saying on Sunday it was clear that he went, we are going to do this. And everything that they said that we're going to do this for, as it relates to Patrick Mahomes, as it relates to, I mean, the Kansas City Chiefs offense looked like they were trying to play football. They were so unorganized. It was just a total mess. But I have to give credit to the Philadelphia Eagles. Jalen Hurts, the defensive team of the Philadelphia Eagles, did a fantastic job. It was their work that made the Kansas City Chiefs offense look as if they weren't even in the game. Kansas City Chiefs looked like they didn't even come out of the locker room. I mean, there was just absolutely nothing happening, and Andy Reid just looked like he just ran out of options on Sunday. He's like, all right, fine. At halftime, I was reading the body language of Chris Jones and Chris Jones, and I was reading body language of Pat Mahomes and Travis Kelce, and I just you could just tell that the fat lady sung at halftime. There's no doubt about it, and I don't think that the defensive team of Kansas City Chiefs played bad. There was just no offense. So you're like giving the defensive teams they guys, listen, you better not come over before 3:00. Guys, if you ever see Rebirth on the text line, you're bad. If you hear me like cackling, you're bad. It's him. you better not come to work before 3 o'clock. Okay, don't come to the studio. Make sure say 3 o'clock you're walking in. As a matter of fact, I'm lay waiting you in the studio, DJ Rebirth. Let's see, we're gonna fight this out. Anyways, but yeah, it was Saturday's game was see it all messed me up. Sunday's game was just a no show by the Kansas City Chiefs, but a fantastic performance by Jalen Hurts. See? Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles. And I have to say kudos to all the Eagles fans out there. Yeah, man, I know a few of them. Big ups to all the Eagles fans out there. You guys have won it back. Because you'd have lost it 2 years ago to us, so I don't feel no way. Actually, I actually do, because 40-22 was such an embarrassment. On Sundays. Seriously. But we regroup. Let's see, if you ask about in terms of dynasty, because that conversation was a conversation that happened in terms of, is this a dynasty being formed with the Philadelphia Eagles? But there are so many moving parts with the Eagles in terms of who is a free agent, who was on a 1-year contract, and so it's not like the Eagles played fantastic. And let's just be honest, the Eagles played fantastic in the playoffs. Somehow, Jalen Hurts went to his bed, got some inspiration, and came out in the playoffs playing. I mean, before that, they kind of looked, nobody really had the Eagles really going to the... I'm not talking about the die-hearted Eagles fan, but nobody really had the Eagles going to the finals. They had an okay season. I mean, of course, yes, to... the Kansas City Chiefs, they also had an okay season. Yes, they finished the season with 15-2, but I mean, it wasn't a fantastic 15-2 run. There were also conversations about could the Kansas City Chiefs could this be a culmination of them suffering from fatigue over the years? I mean, and I think that's just people trying to look excuses for the Kansas City Chiefs. As a supporter of the Chiefs, I would say they were just outplayed. Coach Spagnuolo, Coach Andy Reid, they was just outplayed by everybody over the Eagles. Everybody, down to the person that was carrying the Gatorade, down to the medic in the locker room for the Philadelphia Eagles, outplayed Kansas City Chiefs. Every cheerleader, every flag person, every Eagle outplayed the Kansas City Chiefs on Sunday. That's just the reality of what happened. But I mean, it is the end of the NFL season, which means that we get to get into the business season of NBA, and I know Rebirth loves to hear this, right? But into the business season of NBA. So this week is NBA All-Star Weekend, and of course, from then we'll get into the business of getting teams, qualified for the playoffs, and the playoffs will start. And then, of course, at that time, we'll continue to give you the playoffs information on who doing what and who is not doing what and how the teams are doing. I mean, Luka didn't look too bad in his first game, I must say. So we'll see how many minutes. Yes, Carlin, All-Star. I actually didn't get to watch last night, but I promise I'll get to put in some All-Star. I'm actually gonna watch the highlights when I get off air of the All-Star weekend, and of course, the other activities of the All-Star weekend. I saw a clip this morning of Masai Russell. Crazy to me. And of course, yes, track and field is still going on. Akiva Nugent ran 7.75 seconds. She's now the world lead at the 60-meter hurdles. Just 0.01 seconds faster than Masai Russell. So their rivalry continues. Two very good hurdlers, which I know, Masai has now. Well, she won the Olympic gold last year, and I know that Akira is working hard, so that she'll be able to get on the podium and even be on top of the podium at World Championships. And of course, yes, the Western Champs is currently in progress, as well as the SW Isaac Henry meet happening at the stadium. So if you want to watch some track and field, into that, of course, as we get closer to the corporate champs and the Western champs and the Central champs, I'll keep you posted on those. That's all the time we have on Sports Talk today. Hope you enjoyed the show. And of course, we do this every Saturday between the hours of 1 to 2 p.m. right here on the family station, Love 101 FM. It has been a fantastic one.